Anime, Dill. Anime is something that I have never understood nor tried to understand to any sort of degree. And you know this about me. I've never understood anime when you've watched it and you rave about it. Today's that day for you to change my perspective.
Yes, I'm going to try so hard. I've known you for 5 years. You've always shrugged your shoulder. You just didn't care. Even if something looked cool, it was like you were watching something alien to you. You were just like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Very weird to me. Very, very weird to me. But you have the list today. What is this list, Dill?
This is the top 5 best animes for beginners. It's not just for you. It's for people that don't know what animes to watch. So something on this show, something on this list should pique their interest. If it doesn't, then I've just failed.
You failed everything.
I'm terrible, and the anime community should exile me.
Yeah, no pressure, because just in case you have someone that is an expert on anime as well, they'll be watching this very closely.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm gonna be sweating over the comments, honestly.
So for each number that Dill goes through, I will have 3 prepared questions for Dill to cover, which is the genre, main plot, and why people should check this out. Does that sound good to you, Dill?
Oh no, this is good. Yeah, it's very serious. I like this. Put me on the spot here. Put me on the spot.
No pressure, but if I don't like anime by the end of this video, you have failed miserably.
So my number 5 pick was Haikyuu, and Haikyuu was first aired in April 6th, 2014. So this is a relatively new anime.
Pretty new.
Yeah, quite new. It's got 74 episodes spread across 4 seasons, and the second part of season 4 is set to be released in October 2020.
That doesn't sound like that's that many. Usually I think of an anime series, I think that it's just going to have about 500 episodes.
Well,
74 is not that bad.
No, to be fair, you are right. There's a lot of anime with like over 400 episodes, but this is a beginner's guide. I didn't want you to be like, you have to watch 500 episodes and enjoy it. That's just
yeah, you must like everyone.
Yeah, that's just too much to ask. So I'm starting short.
Starting short. Well, the first question for you then is, what type? I didn't know this was a thing, but you said this is a thing. What type of genre is this anime?
So this is a sports drama anime. And
sports drama.
Yeah, so in the anime community it's known as shonen, and shonen is basically targeted for a younger audience. So there's not a lot of violence. It's not a lot of like blood and stuff, not a lot of gore.
How much younger is younger?
So I would say 14 plus. 13 so plus,
You're recommending a show that's for 14-year-olds too. That's smart though, because I might be more, because it won't be as intimidating to watch.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as intense. There's some intense anime.
Treating me like
there.
A kid here, Dill.
This is fine.
Treating me like a kid. And so the next question then for you is then, what is the main plot for this series? What happened? Who's the main character?
So the main character is called Shoyo Hinata, who is determined.
Shoyo Hinata.
Yeah, Shoyo Hinata, and he's determined to play volleyball after watching one of the greats on TV called The Little Giants.
The Little Giant,
yeah. But before any of this, he had no experience of volleyball. So in his middle school, he made a team of very inexperienced players, but they got destroyed in the first game of the tournament.
Sort of like that. It's taking the dodgeball route there when they go to the tournament for the first time and get absolutely smashed.
Yeah,
but they get through on a bye.
Yeah, he picks up some friends and then they play, and then they get destroyed by the new character called Tobio Kageyama, which is actually his nickname, the King of the Court. So he's actually quite prestigious in volleyball.
Right. And they signed him up, did they? That's a massive signing by the sounds of it.
No, they didn't sign him up. Look, see, you're ready. Trying to guess what's happening. But basically, Kageyama destroyed Hinata so much, he was just like, why are you even playing this sport? You've wasted so much time, you have no development, you're useless. So Hinata made it his goal, he will beat Kageyama when he graduates into middle school, because obviously he's in like, I don't know what he's going into like his second year of secondary school now, basically.
Right, I'm with you. Right, so the main plot, from what I understand, is this one geezer is swearing to himself that he's becoming the king of volleyball after some other geezer shat on him for being bad at volleyball, and now it's an epic journey to become the best at volleyball.
Yes, exactly.
It sounds so random.
It is random, so but this is the plot twist, Lou. Yeah, plot twist. when they graduate and go into middle school, both of those players on the same team.
So it's a rivals turned forced friendship.
Yeah,
sort of thing,
yeah, they're on the same team, so now they have to work with each other, but also develop their own personal skills as volleyball players.
Wow.
Their goal is obviously to win nationals, which is the highest praise for volleyball in their school.
I wonder what the volleyball community makes of this series. It sort of sounds like, they're shining a light. You don't really get a lot of TV series focused on the try-hards sort of volleyball.
No, exactly. That's why I put it on there, because like before this, I didn't really care for volleyball. Like I watched it now and then in like the Olympics. That was literally the only time I've watched volleyball. Like if it was on the Olympics, I'd watch it then. But like this show does such a great job of like of showing you why like each role is important. Like I know what a spiker is. I know what I know what a setter is. I know what a libero is. Like what the captain does. Like a pinch server. I know all of these technical terms and stuff.
So next time I'm in my volleyball tournaments, which I do on a regular basis, I will need to call you up into the team.
Oh yeah, by watching this,
secret weapon.
Yeah, by watching this, I'm basically like an analyst now for volleyball. I can just join. I could just join a broadcasting team or something.
Oh, God damn it! And the last question for this one is then, Dill, why should people check this out? Why should a new beginner in anime check out this show?
Well, it's also quite a laid-back anime. It's not too serious, because you're focusing on the competitive side of volleyball. You're also viewing them from like just their school years. So like they obviously have to focus on exams and balance that out with volleyball. You get to see their teammates and why they're such good players as well. So it's just it's very chill, you know. It's not too intense. Like anyone can watch it. I recommend this to anyone who's like just competitive in general. You know, who love playing sports when they're younger.
I like my sports. Yeah, I like my sports.
Yeah, he just loves playing sports and younger. He'll have that competitive edge. He'll bring that out on you. So my number 4 pick was My Hero Academia, and the first episode premiered on the 3rd of April 2016, so this is another relatively new one.
Right, yeah. When you say My Hero Academia, is it called Academia, or is this show Your Hero? Or is it the whole thing?
No,
it's
actually called My Hero Academia. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to do?
I don't know, this might really be Your Hero Academia.
No, it's called My Hero Academia. There's 88 episodes in total so far, and season 5 has been confirmed to come out, but there's no release date for it, so that's a good thing. It's keep going. Right. So the genre for this is an action shonen, and it's got superpowers in it. So this is all like a superhero show.
Right, more fantasy sort of superhero elements involved.
Yeah,
in this one,
basically.
Then. This is if you want to play volleyball, leave it on the court. This is a next
level.
Right,
yeah. We're getting past that now.
Right, okay. And so, what is the main plot for Your Hero Academia? I know it's My Hero, but I'm going to call it Your Hero now, dude. What is the main plot?
Basically, the appearance of quirk has been appearing in the world, and quirks is basically their terms of superpowers, right? So this has been spreading across the world, and it's got to a point where 80% of the world has these form of quirks.
Right. Okay.
And the remainder of the world is just seen as like they're racially abused. They're seen as nothing or like pointless, because you know everyone's got a power and you suck, so you're just irrelevant in life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow,
yeah, I know, it's deep. This one kid called Izuku Midoriya. Remember his name, Lou? Izuku Midoriya.
Izuku Midoriya.
Yeah. Since he was a kid, he always wanted to be a hero. But because he was,
of course,
because he was quirkless, he was only left to admire him for like on the TV and stuff like that.
That's pretty unlucky. Did you say 80% of people have these powers? And he's just in that 1 out of 5 that doesn't get one.
Yeah, 80%, and like both his parents has quirks as well. So yeah, he just drew the short straw. Yeah, he's not been kind to him. Instead of that, he does notes and like strengths and weaknesses on different heroes, just he analyzes them. But during school, he was obviously racially profiled and bullied because he didn't have a quirk. You know, he was picked on a lot.
Yeah, quirkless.
Yeah, he was quirkless. You know, people called him pathetic. However, he always
filthy young quirker.
Yeah, he always had an ambition to help people, and this was shown when he saved his classmates from a local villain.
Right. Yeah.
And even without a quirk, he managed to to do a good job.
Yeah. And local villain as well.
Yeah, local villain. Yeah. And
there are a lot of villains in this world. Then I'm guessing.
Oh, there is.
If you're having local villains, it must be fucking loads of them.
Oh no, there is. Yeah, there's actually there's a league of villains. So there you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There's a league of villains.
Very old school that.
Yeah.
The league of villains. I like that though.
So
sounds evil.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds very menacing. One day Midoriya meets the number one hero of the world, and this hero is ranked as number one by the public. And his name is All Might. And what I can say about All Might, it's just like if DC and Marvel like merged together and they just created one hero, it will be All Might. He does everything well. Like he knows how to speak to everyone. He knows how to like deal with situations without casualties and stuff. So he sees All Might doing his job, and he asks him, can he still be a hero without having a quirk? And then All Might says he can. He absolutely can. He can do it.
I was expecting him to be savage like the volleyball geezer and say, nah, you're quirkless, son, get out of it.
Wow. No, he says that he can, and he motivates him. So this show basically follows Midoriya's path into becoming a hero and what he should do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. And so I guess the last question here for you is then, Dill, why should people check out Your Hero Academia?
People should watch this because this is quite a typical format for an anime. Like a lot of anime is, if I can do this if I believe in myself, right? A lot of anime is that format.
Yeah. It sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this anime does it well because first of all, there's not a lot of episodes so far, so it's not long-winded. A lot of the older animes who did this kind of format was very long-winded, and it was very slow-paced. This anime like cuts to all the action, like the politics, like the world building straight away. It makes it very concise.
Right.
It also offers like great animation as well. One of the best animation I've seen in a shonen like this. And it's so many iconic moments. It's actually won awards because of its fights. So it shows you how like great the fights will be.
I mean, this is testament to how good your list is so far, Dill, because I'd rather watch this than the volleyball one. And obviously this is number 4. So
yeah, there you go.
I'm hoping number 3. I want to watch number 3 over number 4 now, Dill. You know, that's the whole point of these lists.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Okay, so the number 3 pick is Cowboy Bebop, and the first
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop, and the first episode premiered in the 3rd of April, 1998. I just realised that a lot of these were April. I don't know why. I don't know why.
April's the month to drop your new anime.
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah, clearly. It has a total of 26 episodes, so this is a very short anime. It's
only 26.
Yeah, only
that's
26.
How long is the episode length?
They're about 22 minutes. So
that's very short.
Yeah, you can go through this quite easily. So this is interesting. This anime is, I say, it's a bit of everything. It's action adventure, it's a little bit of drama, and it's sci-fi. It's based in a space utopia world, basically. Right. And I'll get to that when we mention the plot. Yeah, it's action adventure, drama, sci-fi, and some comedic value in there as well.
So it really covers quite a few bases that a lot of people that haven't watched anime would probably be familiar with.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so then what is the main plot of Cowboy Bebop? I like the name.
That's
a really fun name.
It's a cool name, isn't
Cowboy
it?
Bebop. I like it. Yeah, so what is the main plot?
So in the year 2071, humanity has colonized several planets in the solar system.
Cool.
And it had to leave Earth because it's inhabitable. So the intersolar system police hires outlaws and bounty hunters referred as cowboys to attempt to keep peace in the galaxy. So because because obviously the galaxy is so big, they need some outlaws to help them. Kind of realistic. So Cowboy Bebop follows Spike Spiegel and Jet Black. They make a living chasing bounties and collecting rewards. So these are the 2 main characters we'll be following in this story. And Spike is very mellow-headed and very chill, while Jet is quite energetic, but he's realistic about how he handles like everyday life. So those 2 kind of balance each other out.
Yeah, nice little dynamic there, little dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Sort of action down there. They complement each other well by the sounds of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like throughout this anime, we're basically seeing how Jet and Spike live their everyday life, how they are getting these bounties. Like we find out the story about like why people are like doing these sort of things, and we also slowly get to find out their past and like why they are outlaws. Because outlaws is quite like in this world it's quite a big profession because it's quite dangerous. Obviously, you're just you're hired to basically take in these very bad criminals. Yeah, exactly. So
I was gonna say there's no superpowers in this one. This is more. Is it like gunslinging with modern weapons and stuff like that? What's their sort of
It's basically this is how I describe it. It's basically like a western, but it's based in space. Right, so they're space cowboys basically. They're literally just space cowboys. And this, so like once we get to see that, we get to see all these villains that they get to catch up on, how their story progresses, like how they met each other, and we don't know anything about these characters. There's no background. The first episode is literally you see them chasing this bounty. So
sometimes I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that sometimes. It builds. I don't need to know how they were born, you know. Sometimes just give me a show that starts when they're in their groove from the get-go, and then let me learn about them as the series progresses. It
sets a good tone, and it also builds curiosity, like why they like this. Like they're very cool characteristic. They have very cool characteristics, and so the show also has like an amazing jazz soundtrack, Lou. This is why it's probably called Bebop as well. It's
Bebop. Yeah,
it's got an amazing jazz soundtrack. Like the title sequences are quite iconic because of its jazz influences. It's so cool. Like there hasn't been another anime that's used jazz like it before. That's probably what makes it quite unique as well.
Stands out a little bit, yeah. Jazz, such a random genre to say yes. This is the sort of. I do like jazz here and there. Like you can get some cool 1960s or 50s sort of nice jazz vibes and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Some like Louis Armstrong or something like that to do your anime intro card.
Yeah. So throughout this journey, we're following these two characters. Like we're seeing who they meet, what the world is like as well. Because obviously this is 2071, it does a great job building the world up.
At that point, that's pretty cool. And then I suppose why should people check out Mr. Cowboy Bebop? I'm gonna keep saying it like that. It's fun to say Bebop. Why should people check it out though?
Well, it's a very short anime. It's a very mature anime. Like it's not the same as like My Hero, where like it's quite kiddish. It's very like it's a very gritty world. These characters have really dark backgrounds, and then every episode you slowly find out why they like it. Like you get to learn their behaviors and like what led to those like decision making.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like definitely because of how short this series is so far. It definitely seems like a great way to get into anime. Just like I feel like if you've watched 24 episodes, or was it 24? How many?
26.
26, right? Yes. If you've watched 26 episodes of something, I think that's a good like metric to see if you like or don't like it to pursue it further.
Exactly.
It sounds like a good like little segue into the world of anime.
Yeah, definitely. So my number 2 pick is Death Note.
I've heard of Death Note. Sorry.
Have you?
I've heard of Death Note. Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go.
I can do this one for you. So Death Note is basically a show with a guy that has a notepad, writes a name in it. That person's dead.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, there's more.
What's the number one? We don't need number 2. That's all I need to know. Yeah, sorry, go on. How many episodes and whatnot has it got?
So the first episode premiered in October 3rd, 2006. And it's got 37 episodes in total. So this is also quite short.
That is very short. That's not a lot. I was expecting it to have a lot more. Is it a current ongoing series then?
No. It's finished. It's finished.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's finished on these 37 episodes, and it finished on a very good note.
Okay, cool. And so what is the genre of someone that can just kill someone by writing a name in the book?
This is definitely just a dark thriller.
Right, really?
Yeah, dark thriller. Yeah, it's very mature. It's very clever.
And okay then, fair enough. Then what is the main plot? I mean, I feel like I've already covered the main plot. Do we even need to ask for the main plot? I've covered this.
No, you do. No, I'm gonna give it a detailed breakdown. You just did a little skim through. It's not.
A little skim through, yeah. It's a bit more complex.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, dive for it.
So the plot follows this high school student who is also like a prodigy in Japan because he's one of the smartest students in Japan. His name is Light Yagami, who decided to get rid of the world of evil by the help of this notebook called the Death Note. So, like Lou said, the Death Note, once you write someone's name in it, they die.
That's so OP.
Yes, it is.
Very OP.
I know. Light got this Death Note by a Shimigami. It's called a Shimigami, which is the god of death in Japanese folklore. So the Shimigami dropped this into the human world because he got bored of his everyday life as a Shimigami. So he just wanted to see what a human could do with the Death Note. And because Light is so smart, like he knows he's clever, he just thought, you know what, I can use this for good. Well, in his head he can use it for good. To get rid of all the criminals. And also he wants to build the new world where there's no crime, and so he's actually worshipped as a new god of Earth.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's his goal.
I mean, it's quite intense. It's gone from clearing the world and to make the world a better place to I want to become a new god. Sounds like a big jump in the old ego department there.
Yeah, that is Light Yagami for you. However, the police discover there's a serial killer targeting criminals. So, in response of that, the Japanese investigators count on the assistance of the best detective in the world, and his name only goes by L. So this is where Light is struggling here because he can't kill someone by just putting down L because it's not a real name. You can't put that down.
Okay.
You see?
So I'm liking that,
So this is a really good anime because it's just a massive chess match, basically. These two are so clever. They're trying to predict each other's moves. Like, L is trying to find out, like, what he could do with what Light can do with the Death Note, while Light is trying to exploit the Death Note even more, seeing if there's more technicalities, how to kill people in, like, more discreet ways. And, and the Shinigami, the guy that gave the Death Note, is just chilling. He's just watching this as an entertainment to him. He doesn't care what happens. He just wants to see what comes from it, which is
he's a god. He's probably been doing this for centuries upon centuries. Maybe sometimes it's just worth having like a year break or something, you know.
Exactly. He just wants to see what happens.
Humans.
That's basically what he said. Entertain me.
Okay, and so you've got this chess match between a serial killer and a guy that can kill him by writing his name down. Why should people check this out?
It's a very mature anime. Similar to Cowboy Bebop, it's very mature.
Very mature.
It's quite realistic as well. There's no supernatural stuff going on. This is literally all about brain power and investigation skills by the Japanese police. Like how
it's a little bit supernatural because you've got a fucking
it is
notebook.
It is, but you can't just keep writing down people's names because you'll get found out, and Light knows that, so he needs to do it in a discreet way. And also the police need to find out how to find someone without giving out their names, because obviously if you're a police officer, your name is everywhere. So how do you be discreet about this? And that's what the show compels you to watch it. Like it keeps on going. Like there's so many questions and you want to know the answers to it.
Okay. Sounds very interesting. Very interesting. I still think that's an OP ability, but it sounds like they've done a good job of not making it seem OP with all these little factors that you've already mentioned.
Exactly. So my number one pick was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and the first episode premiered in April 5th, 2009.
April again?
Yeah. I don't know why, man. All of these great animes.
Was this whole list all debuted in April? Which one were they all April?
No, one of them wasn't April. I believe that was the last one we just did. This has a total of 64 episodes. So again, it's quite short. I want people to enjoy these episodes, not just be like it's a chore for them. This is why I put this down.
You've done a good job. It's for beginners. It's almost like it was planned. Well, alright, so what is the genre of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did. Well done.
There you go. So listening, I'm paying attention. What is the genre?
So this is a dark fantasy action adventure anime.
Bloody hell, it's covered a few boxes. ticked a few boxes even. And then what is the main plot of said dark? I've already lost count what the genres were. What is the main plot of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
So in this world, alchemy is basically like magic, and you can use alchemy to do a lot of different things. Like you can use it for powers, just like everyday life.
Right.
But you need to be trained. Yeah, you need to be trained a lot. You need to learn, like, there's a lot of basics that you need to learn.
Right. Has this already got that old school character of like a master or something, some old wise guy?
No. See, you're just jumping in. Then. You're just jumping in, Luke. Let me explain. Right.
Explain. Yeah. All right. So go on.
However, alchemy is bound to the law of equivalent exchange, and the Elric brothers, Edward and Alphonse, only realised this after attempting human transmutation, and this is the one forbidden act of alchemy. Right.
Wait. Human what?
Human transmutation. So basically, they try to get someone back from the dead. That's what they try to do using alchemy.
And that's forbidden then.
Yeah, but alchemy is just like, nope, you can't do that. And because of this act, Edward lost his left leg, and Alphonse actually lost his physical body. So he's literally just has no body now. So shortly after this, Edward had to sacrifice his right arm to connect Alphonse's soul into a suit of armor. So there you go. This is where the dark fantasy comes in. By the way, these kids are like 8 when they did this.
Really?
Yeah, they're like 8.
That sounds so P. Imagine if we were in that position, Dill, and I'm just like, fuck, I've lost my leg. You know, this is P. This is the worst thing ever. And I turn and look at you, and you're not even there. Basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they were 8 when this happened. That's a very traumatic childhood. Have they grown up to be pretty dark and depressing? I mean, I was if I was in that situation.
No, they're still positive. So after this,
fair play.
Yeah, after this event, like they're trying to obviously find information on how to get their bodies back. So they join the state military, and Edward actually obtains metal limbs called automail. So this is just like prosthetic limbs. It also helps to say that this world is like a steampunk world. So it's quite futuristic but retro at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so because he has these metal limbs, this is why he's known as the Full Metal Alchemist, because he has those metal limbs.
Oh, it's all tied together. It's like they thought of that when they titled the show.
Exactly.
That's genius. That's absolutely genius. And I suppose then for your number one pit deal, why should myself and others check out Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
So in 64 episodes, this show does such a good job of exploring different themes in such a steady pace. We basically get some comedy as well as some dark themes. We're getting the development of Al and Ed. We obviously want them to find their bodies, because we don't want Al just to be in a suit of armor, because that's kind of He can't sleep, Lou. You can't age. Imagine how depressing that is. He's just sitting there. He's just
in some armor. Is this like, what's that character from Game of Thrones when it's like some zombie, the mountain, and he's in that armor? Is it sort of like that?
Sort of. He can still talk and stuff, but his soul is a suit of armor. So basically, if you take off his head, like, he can still talk and move, but he can't eat. He can't do what humans can do.
Can't eat.
Yeah.
Can't feel.
But because of that, expresses how important human life is, and that's what the show does best as well.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, it shows like why alchemy is so powerful, and why the law of equivalent exchange is so important in everyday life to balance it out. And we get to see different religions and politics that use alchemy differently, and Al and Edward gets to explore that, and it just helps them in their journey. We get to see amazing side characters as well. Some of the best side characters in anime history, and some of the best fights. Oh, the fights are so good in this anime. I know I've said about fights a lot. I mean, I like fights.
You mentioned fights in everyone, basically.
I love fighting. I'm an action guy. But
such a violent person.
There's so many iconic fight scenes. Just amazing animation as well. So if people want to see a world that's like always evolving, that you get to know more of, that explores religion, culture and science, I would highly recommend this show.
No, yeah. I mean, out of all the shows so far, this definitely seems like the a very interesting one, and obviously for good reason. That's why you put it number one. But yeah, that sounds. I mean, it's definitely got me interested to watch it. It's sort of succeeded.
I did it.
It's sort of this, and I think this and Death Note are probably the two that I would want to check out.
Oh, that's good.
Probably more Death Note. Probably more Death Notes. I have heard of Death Note before, so I think Death Note is definitely the one I would want to check out.
That makes sense, Lou. So this is my top 5 best animes for beginners, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Put in the comments as well what anime you would recommend as well if what you started out as a beginner. It would be interesting to see.
What comes up, yeah. Sounds like there's a load of them.
Yeah, there is.